You're okay. So, sir, may I know your name, sir?
My name is Festus Uzoma Mbisiogu,
Okay.
CEO Blue Diamond Logistics here in China,
Okay.
and CEO Shanghai Engineering Works and Industrial Limited in Nigeria.
So, how long have you been in China and doing business here?
Actually, we started in Dubai over 20 years ago with my partner Charles Hawkins Igwe. When the tram moved to Hong Kong and China, we relocated to Hong Kong and China last 14 years. And from here, we are in Vietnam, Newark in New Jersey, USA. And part of the business we are doing here is logistics, meaning that some of our customers that want to purchase a product, we help them in preparing the document. We do the shipping. We ship with our money, we clear with our money, we send to the doorpost. We make shipping or business very easy for all Nigerian clients. Okay. This is part of the business we do here. And when the train moved to Asia, from Dubai they follow us to China. We now locate to Vietnam. They follow us to Vietnam. So our own is to give them the attention they need in terms of doing business in China or overseas business.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me what Nigerians export to the Asian countries and the places where you're doing business. What do they export?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, most of them are into motor spare parts. Most of them are into electrical. Most of them are into household items, mainly household items, electricals like sockets, stabilizer, fan, and the rest of them, television and so on. Most of them are into gift items as well. So these are the major things that
they import to Nigeria.
Yeah, even furniture as well.
Okay.
And it's a bit discouraging because I know that we're supposed to fill in the gap, and that is more reason why I decided to site my factory in Nigeria, just to bridge the gap. And part of the things we anchored on is the building materials. I want to see where I can bridge the gap because the rate of importation from China to Nigerian building material is on the high side. On my side, over 100 containers a month goes into our port in Lagos. And most of them are building material and so on. So I said to myself, after the current call by the last administration, followed by this present administration, Chief Awudobe, they requested that I should practice some of my phone back home. And I hearkened to their voice. So I cited an industry that is producing electrical pipes, borehole pipe, PVC ceiling, and security doors. And they have both profiles as well. The industry is cited in Imo State and in Owerri. And the Vice President has promised to commission it. He gave us a date, July 3rd, but something happened. It was postponed. The new date is yet to be fixed. Okay. So that's the essence of me starting my factory, to break the gap and to stop importation.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to find out, are there any things that we export right now to China? What do Chinese buy from Nigeria, and how are Nigerians cashing into this to help in this diversification of the Nigerian economy and so on?
That is for now, what I think that Chinese do buy from Nigerians is wood. It's a business that they love buying from Nigerian customers, clients. But for me, I don't think we are balancing the trade. And that is why I'm emphasizing on our federal government giving us conducive environment for industry to drive in Nigeria. And that conducive environment have to do with steady power supply. But once there is steady power supply, the Nigerians in diaspora, so many of us have that capacity, financial muscle to start factories in Nigeria. But because of conducive environment, it's bridge the gap. Just like in my own factory, I run up to 600 liters of diesel on each generator, about 2,000 kVA, and I have 3 of them. About 22 million on monthly basis on diesel. Is discouraging. So imagine these pipes and so on and all this that I'm producing is being imported from China here. So for now, I will not say that the bilateral trade is balanced because 80% of what we use in the country is from this country, and it's unfair. That's why I'm clamoring for steady power supply.
Okay, now the president President Buhari is here, and what do you think he should be engaging the Chinese on in some of the takeaways in improving the environment at home? What do you think you should be focusing on?
Yeah, before his coming here, I made a passionate appeal. I think it was on front papers last week, where I pleaded he should a kind of channel or make it a one-point agenda to use part of the fund that we discuss in this meeting on power sector. And I know why I'm saying it. Because part of the reason why we are suffering is because there is no power sector in Nigeria. So once there is power, the economy will drive. About some of these goods imported from Africa they will not import it, it will be manufactured in Nigeria. I'm knowing fully well that Nigeria is the end of Africa. Some of these neighboring countries will be buying from us. So my request from him is to discuss more on power sector, get potential investors on power sector, and let the power sector drive in Nigeria. Secondly, let them concentrate on a kind of 80% of the job being executed in Nigeria is being done by Chinese. For me, I'm not too comfortable with that. Let there be a transfer of skill, transfer of technology to our country, Nigeria, whereby industries will drive, our people will be trained, Chinese will train them and go back. These are things I'm clamoring. So he should talk of industry, steady power supply, and use that fund to create wealth in Nigeria.
Okay. Well, my final question is, what is the perception of Chinese about Nigerians? You have been doing business in this environment for some time, and so how do Chinese perceive Nigerians? Do they like Nigerians? Because there's this thing that is bandied around that Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that, negatively around the world. How does it play out in China?
It's very, very devastating for us here. I use the word devastating because they stereotype a lot. In Guangzhou, Guangdong province, recently, no Nigerian passport holder is allowed to stay in anything less than 4-star hotel. Thank God for the consulate office in Guangzhou. They are fighting it and they are winning. In Guangzhou, it's difficult for us to get a good accommodation for us holding Nigerian passports. In Guangzhou, a lot of things is happening. So I want to use the opportunity to plead with Mr. President to carry out a personal investigation about the suffering of Nigerians. Yes, most of us are bad. But for me, that have lived here for 14 years, I have never committed any crime. Have I been in any police station? And so many Nigerians are like that. You cannot stereotype Nigerians to be bad. Oh, no, it's impossible. I don't like it. So the image, the relationship for us there is not too good, although I must praise them because they are trying to put their house in order. But I want to let them know that some Nigerians are bad. They should reconsider some of these policies. It's really affecting us. I want to tell you something. Statistics have shown that over $10 million flew in, both from banks to Guangzhou, from Guangdong province. And some have shown we contribute about 14% of the economy, Nigerians alone. But we are not benefiting some of these things that are accrued to us to benefit us residents here. It's too difficult. And as I speak to you now, difficult for Nigerian holders to have a resident visa in Guangzhou. My family is not allowed. I lived there for 14 years. My wife and my kids is not allowed. Only one person is entitled. So devastating.